Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who told us the truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. And present your bodies as a living sacrifice as the scripture teach us to do. All right. Shalom to the very few sisters that do listen up as well. I'm the brother Yaramiah from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming back to you with another lesson. And this lesson is concerning the Passover. And the Passover coming up this week. And it's a time, you get the leaven out your body. All right. You get the leaven out your house. You remove the bread. As in the ancient times, we would have put the blood of the lamb over the doorpost for protection so that we would have got passed over from the destruction. All right. But right now, Yahweh Shai has shed his blood for us. It lets you know that he take heed to thyself and unto the flock over which the Holy Ghost has made you overseers, which he purchased with his own blood. So Yahweh Shai, he died for the elect of Israel and ultimately all Israel. But right now, only the elect of Israel is observing the Passover. So only the elect of Israel will be passed over. All right, the 2/3 are going to die with the so-called white man in his kingdom, the modern day Egyptian. All right, that's why when the scriptures say Egyptian versus Egyptian, it's going into the martial law. It's going into the uproars. It's going to the people not regarding their kings nor princes that will be taking place in this place right here. Mystery Babylon the Great, that place which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. But the Lord is about to deliver us from this place. And Yahweh Ratazah, that's why we rehearse the righteous acts, as it says in the book of Judge. Matter of fact, let me get that. This is Judges 5:11. It says that they are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water. That's the place of our captivity. Mystery Babylon the Great, this new Egypt. All right, and the noise of the archers are the missiles that's coming. Okay, it says there they should rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of the villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. All right, so us keeping the Passover, all right, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, all right, the Day of Atonement, us commemorating and acknowledging this is our heritage first and foremost, but it's for our salvation. And the Lord, that's why the Lord said, will he find faith on the earth when he come? And the answer is yes, but it's going to be sealed amongst the elect. Now going into it, this is Jeremiah 16 and verse 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall be no more said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, which is America. All right. And all the lands whither he had driven them, because we were scattered through the four corners of the earth. All right. When you read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the 68th verse and all through it, he lets you know that we were going to be scattered and we were going to captivity. That's why you have Israelites amongst all nations that looks like other nations as well. All right, you have Israelites in Russia, Japan, China, Korea that may even look like them folks. You have Israel in the islands. You have Israel in America, all throughout Africa, all throughout the world, because this is what happened to the children of Israel. But the main deliverance is coming from where the bulk of the Israelites went, which is the place where the judgment is coming, because the judgment is coming for the bloodshed of the children of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, nevertheless, it says, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands where Yahweh, Salakia, from all the lands where he had driven them, and I will bring them again to the land that I gave their fathers. And that's going to happen because we're going to go back to Israel after that place is shaken up and purged from the filth that's in it right now. All right, from the people to the culture. It says, behold, I will send for many fishers, said Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And that's why you see brothers out on the corner, from the apostles and the elders on down. They got the beard, they got the garment. They cursing this man to his face, and they bringing these prophecies out because that's what a fisher does. All right, when Yahweh Shai got Peter I think it was Peter. He said, what? I will make you fishers of men. And that's what we doing. He said, and after that I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from the mountain, from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. Because the elect are going to become superheroes, man. We're going to have powers. And he's going to turn us into Brandon Bright. Superman, Kal-El, all power. He going to turn us into Superman, X-Men. All right? And that's really going to happen. Because this is really happening now. You have to understand it was a superpower to be deprived of the knowledge of this truth for all these years. This truth is the beginning of spiritual powers. Because what superpower is really spiritual powers, manipulation of the elements. And we're going to have that at the height. And we had that when you go read about Elijah. All right? When you go read about Yahushua, the disciples. All right? They had those powers to bring down fire, to teleport, things of that nature. And we're going to need that power and divine intervention to take this man down and to punish these 2/3 that deserve it too. It says, for my eyes are not upon their ways, and they are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes, because the eyes of Yahweh are upon a sinful kingdom. He got the holy angels all through this place, all right? It says, and first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land, and they have filled my inheritance with carcasses of abominable things. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the salvation of Israel, all right, which is to come through this Passover, okay, where the Lord sets his men up, and he's going to deliver us from this Egypt, mystery Babylon the Great. All right, spoke about all through the Holy Bible. And this is what we're looking for. All right. This is Revelations 11 and verse 8, just to back up that Jeremiah. All right. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And once again, that's America, mystery Babylon the Great, Egypt, the place of straits, the place of our bondage, where the children of Israel, hey, now when you read Jeremiah, right, I think it's Jeremiah, it said the children of Israel, the children of Judah and Israel were oppressed together. But outside of ancient Israel, this is the main captivity where the northern kingdom, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, in the southern kingdom, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians or whatnot, the so-called, we suffered together in the first Egypt, and we was delivered out of that as a whole. Now we back together right here in a lot of times before the Lord comes back in the second Egypt, waiting for that salvation. It says, and working for that salvation. Verse 8, it said, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. The Lord was murdered in Israel by you 2/3 and you wicked-ass Edomites. Why does it say he was crucified in that place which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt? Because this is the place where his reputation was smeared out. You know, they said he loved everybody. Here it is. You don't even love everybody, your goddamn relatives, but the Lord got to love everybody. You know, they said the Lord has salvation for everybody. Oh, God don't judge. God don't do that. Totally opposite of the real reputation and the name, all right, of the Lord. But this is where it happened at, right here in Mystery Babylon the Great. All accountability was stripped from the Lord. Come as you want. They put a white man face on them. And they have to pay for all of this, man. But that's why it says why our Lord was crucified. It says, and they of the people and the kindreds of the tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half from the time of hardcore slavery, all right, to the time that we came back into the truth, roughly 350 years, all right. It says, and shall suffer their dead bodies, yeah, all right, and shall suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, and they that dwelt on the earth shall rejoice over them, and to make merry shall send gifts to one another. Hey, how do you think Egypt Both Egypts became rich off the blood and the backs of the Israelites. And the gifts were us, the slaves. Egypt was built on slaves. Yes, there is a Egyptian pyramid on the back of your dollar with the eye of Horus. There is a Egyptian obelisk, which is the rod of one of them demons. Think of what is Horus, you know, in your nation's capital. This is that place that the Israelites will be delivered out of during the Passover. And that's why we're to keep and to commemorate it, because we want to get passed over when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua come back to wreck this fucking place. All right? It says, verse 10, it says, they that dwell on the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets, the northern and southern kingdom, tormented them that dwelt on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And that's what's happening right now. All right? And that's what's been happening. They see Shalom, Akim, apostles, elders, few sisters, haters, whoever on the comment board. Shalom. But that's what's happening, and that's what we're looking for. All right? And that's what we're working for. And that's why we're celebrating what we're celebrating, because we know that the salvation comes with this, man. And we know that the Lord is coming to make his name established in the earth once again. All right? And that's what they scared of. That's why he said, I will set them in order before thine eyes. All right? That's why. Matter of fact, let me get to this. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Oh, let me get this real quick. 5:1. It said then, because this is what they see when they stood on their feet, the two prophets, the northern and southern kingdom. Spoke about in that Revelation, the 11th chapter. It said, then, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face as of such as afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Because once again, Egypt was built off the back of the Israelites, the labor of the Israelites, the wisdom of the Israelites. All these inventions predominantly was made by so-called Negroes. All right? Look who do all the work. So-called Latinos. Look who they stole the land from, the so-called Native Americans. All right? Look who they had as slaves. All three of them. You know? And they ain't make no account for this. We still ain't getting shit. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Niggas still getting shot up. They don't expect dudes to make it. They sending niggas, Mexican niggas to ICE. They don't expect us to be the people of the Lord. But the elites, no, they understand. It says when they shall see it, and that's talking about us standing out here preaching, from that being covered to ultimately the chariots coming. When they shall see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repented and groaning for anguishes. The spirit of anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he of whom we had in derision and a proverb and a reproach. We fools accounting his life for madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered amongst the children of God and his lot amongst the saints? Yeah, you didn't think them niggas and spiggers was going to come up, but they watching us come up, man. That's why they see us at the top of everything and they can't take it. At the top of we be getting more business than them, even in their own kingdom. We definitely got their woman. Shit, I know I do. And I ain't got no motherfucking money. Because we don't need it. Because we at the top. Look at all the entertainment. Your kid got a picture of Michael Jordan on his wall, and LeBron James and these rappers. Our kids, our children ain't got pictures of no fucking Bob so-and-so Skansky. They nobodies in their own kingdom. And they watching us come up, man. They watching us walk down the street with the white woman and giggle in their fucking face. I know I do. You know? Niggas would have got hung for that, burnt for that. You watching this, man. They watching us curse them and they confound them. Yeah, niggas reading now. It's over with, man. All we got to do is stay down, and the Lord is about to give us this kingdom, man. This is Sirach 10 in verse 30. It says, the poor man is honored in his skill, and the rich man is honored in his riches. He that is honored in poverty, the Israelites, how much more in riches? You can still pull the best of they women with nothing. You still at the height of sports, still at the height of entertainment, still at the height of academics. We smarter than y'all, man. You know, a lot of that shit just of inventions. That's just swept under the rug. And like I tell them all the time, the Esau ain't made shit but the patent office and niggas. That was his only creation over here. All right? He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? So when the Lord sweep the rug from under you and take away your blessing from you, you ain't gonna be shit no more. You ain't shit already. The people don't care about you already. So how much more when the Lord swipe this from you, man? And that's what we looking for the Passovers. It says, because of unrighteous, for Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous, pride, 7. Pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both do it, one commit iniquity. And Esau's the proudest. That's why the scriptures say the pride of his heart had deceived him, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock. It says, because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what we're looking for, and that's what the Passover is about. The Lord delivering us out of this place, and us taking the kingdom. But with that being said, call Elohim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth, and to the hopeful elect. Hey, the water for tuning in, all you Akim apostles, elders, few sisters and haters. All right, scoffers. You know, call Elohim, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders and to the hopeful elect out there. Shalom and endure.